Hey folks, welcome. We are live with part 5 of Sabertooth vs. IceMatrix. Hopefully I have configured the stream correctly. Let's see here. All right, let's see here. Hello, hello. Find chat. Hello, chat. Okay, go ahead and get started. All right, they are resuming here. It's been a while. If audio is okay. Live. Cool, cool. All right, so Sabertooth versus IceMatrix Part 5. Let's take a look and orient ourselves in this game. Military score neck and neck. Science score, pretty big lead for IceMatrix, 3K science, so a significant lead there. Orders, pretty big lead for Kush, massively double the orders. So Sabertooth has the order advantage, but lacks the science advantage. Although, yeah. I see phalangites and horsemen. Let's take a look at tech tree-wise. Let's see, I think both are on 7 laws. Yep, 18 cities versus 10. Martial code is on the way there for Greece. We do see cataphracts that potentially could have issues there. Hello, hello, you folks in chat. I'm just catching up to this game here. Ambition victory is off, although one person is one away from ambitions. It's a nice ambition fulfillment. All right. Take a look at Kush, see what's going on over here. Okay. Tech-wise, also going for barding, which is an interesting choice considering the Greek unique unit. I don't know that I would nuke barding into that. Cohorts, which makes much more sense, killing Greek unique unit. Well, the ballista is also feasible, and he has a ballista, so yeah. Onagers, pretty developed here. 18 cities to 10. Yeah, decent eco. I think the Greek eco is quite a bit better, actually. But yeah, point-wise, they're neck and neck. Military power, they're neck and neck. This is going to be a very close game, actually. The big difference really is orders from Kush, because Heliopolis is making a huge difference. Actually, all wonders are taken. So, pretty interesting there. This looks like the middle of the map here, I think, somewhere around here. Yeah, right here is the middle of the map. So Kush took 2 cities in the middle, and then 3 on Greek side, and is now sieging this one. here. Hello, if you're just tuning in. All right, we are seeing some beginning of moves. He has taken the events. Presume we're going to see combat here resolved first, so let's keep an eye on that. It does have this, which and well, no, the pikeman does Zoc. He does have pikeman. That definitely, if he has pikeman, then I'm not sure. Yeah, he's got infantry square. And I definitely don't agree with Greece going cataphracts into pikemen. See here, he's getting some routes in. Players are playing without a timer for the first turn. Massive order advantage for Kush because of the Heliopolis. Significant science advantage for Greece. And military-wise, they're pretty much neck and neck. Yeah. No real way to kill that. Longbowman as well for Greece. A Botkin arrow. So, yeah. Pretty interesting here. We do have the Judge General, which usually not anticipating, but he is doomed. So, might see a new ruler. Heir is a gracious 8-year-old, so we'll see what the regent is. Right, anchoring, though not quite in range to make sense. Speed up his movement. Military production everywhere. Got a lot of units up here. Okay. Let's see here. This is pretty dangerous down here. These are rebels. So this horse is probably going to die here. City is a champ city, so it'll take some time to fall, and this is kind of a defendable choke. Interesting map terrain. Some biremes chilling out over here. The spearman is not sure what it's doing out here. Presume was attacking the city before, but probably wants to pull back at this point. Okay. All right. 17 turns or 17 orders left. Yeah. Does Sabertooth have enough to break in here? Maybe. I don't know. Greece probably really wants to chop that forest. There's a ballista in here. Will make it really awkward to attack. I'm not sure. It's definitely going to be interesting. Looks like he's building some roads here as well, although he's going for coastal movement, so maybe want to build a road here. It's a lot easier to critique watching than playing. Let's continue to pump science to the moon. 28 science, so Very good on turn 106. New martial code as well, which will let him rush military with money, which will go a long way. All right, we're out of orders, and potentially we'll see Sabertooth's first turn here shortly. Looks like he got 2 kills. Just 1 Maceman and a Rebel Maceman, both here. This is almost certainly dead. Yeah, it's going to be tricky for this guy to actually get killed as well. Kills this, moves in here. Hits that for 8. Hits that for 5. Then splashes. Yeah, he can kill that as well. Audio sounds okay? Okay, thank you, Becht. Just catching up in this game. I haven't watched definitely all the sessions, and I think the last session was not streamed, so maybe we'll get an exciting conclusion in this session. 98 orders, again, thanks to that Heliopolis for Kush. Somewhere around here, wherever it is, right here. Gorgeous Heliopolis, giving him insane amounts of orders. 20 orders alone from Miro. He does have a new ruler. He went for a builder. This shrine, giving him 9 orders on its own. This is the adjacent wonder shrine. And here we have this shrine right here with 6 wonders adjacent to it. I gotta say this is, or sorry, 5 wonders adjacent to it. That's kind of an achievement. This shrine alone is giving him 9 orders. Wow. Really well done. Good placement for that shrine. Dang, I've never seen something like that. That's pretty amazing. All right, let's see what's going on over here military-wise. He does have a new ruler. Interestingly, a 50-year-old builder. I don't know that I would have gone for such an old ruler, but maybe he wants a builder. Although I'm not sure why. He has no wonders left to take. And I presume he's okay on workers at this point with 32 workers. Yeah, tactician could have been interesting, not sure. We will see here. And they will start the timer on the next turn. If anyone has questions or wants to see any stats, by all means, just holler. I'll do my best to take a look at chat and help folks. There are 291 legitimacy with only 5 ambitions complete versus 268, but with 9 ambitions completed. All right, so curious who built these roads. I presume Greece, considering where they're coming from. He did move that back up. Looks like we have conflict here. Potentially we could attack on 2 fronts. Phalangites are really, really tough, though. Crowned in Thief, he could take Judaism, which is, of course, their religion. So, in fact, Greece has been locked out of religion. Does he have monotheism? If he does, he should be able to get it. I presume he does at this point in the game with that science rate. Yeah, he does. Sorry, monasticism. And he's, of course, running poly. No, he's running monotheism. That's interesting. I guess he has 9 cities. All right, so we got some combat here. Attack that. All right. I mean, I would have just moved this up. Yeah, well, different tactical plays, but that's okay. Definitely a really tough city to attack. We'd love to see some of these boats come up and anchor to allow him to flank, because that'll be very, very powerful. Definitely has sea supremacy, boat-wise, and just insane amounts of orders as well. So it's a huge order advantage. Right, he killed the rebel. That's interesting. Okay, he killed another unit. Killed the horseman here. You gonna kill this with anything? Sure. It's force marching this and unnumbering, presumably. Yep. Could put something in here with another force march. No, there's no more force marches left. Does he even have a ranged unit he can hit this guy with? I guess he can hit with this. Should be good. Yeah, so probably hit with that. Could also move here and move with this and then hit that. Fort is pretty good there. Greece. Okay, well, 75 orders, 14 improvements under construction. How many for Greece? Greece has just 6 under construction. Let's take a look at eco quickly while we wait for this battle to resolve. Science, as we saw, is ahead. Orders massively here. Food for Greece, iron for Greece, stone for Greece, wood for Greece, where wood for Kush. But yeah, Greek's economy, despite being on only 10 cities to 18, is significantly better than Kush's. Kush only has a lead in wood and in orders, although it's a pretty crushing lead of orders thanks to Heliopolis. But the Greek science lead is also pretty significant as well, although I think both players have 7 laws at this point, so. Expecting an attack here. We will see 75 orders still to resolve. It's our siege count. We have 10 siege units. 5 onagers, 5 ballista. Here we have 9 siege units, 5 onagers, and 4 ballistas. So very, very equal. Greece has 2 longbowmen, 2 horsemen, and 2 war elephants. A lot of spearmen, 3 phalangites, hoplites, swordsmen. There's a Colosseum in Pella. Let's see what's up in Pella. Pella's 52 training, thanks to plus 15 from the Colosseum, which is wild. Yeah. Take a look at the training sort here. 52, 50, 47, 36. We compare to Kush. You can see 35, 33, 25, 24. So significantly better training output from Greece. Of course, Kush has almost double the number of cities. So let's take a look at what you have here. Some pikes, some macemen, archers, 2 better archers, legendary archer. So, yeah, pretty close. Family opinion, kind of a mess at the moment. Well, Kush, of course, they just inherited, so that's not surprising. Oh yeah, it's a queen regent, so presumably here, much better family opinion in Greece. So who's actually who's the actual heir? Aha, it's 8-year-old. So we have a regency. Okay, so they didn't pick a 50-year-old. They went for a regency. That makes a lot of sense. I presume this is a bypass. No, slighted. Okay. Zoro is not the state religion. I never heard of Zoro. Okay. Definitely odd. Yeah, Zoro has 18 cities, but it's not the state religion. I'm a little confused. Judaism has 4, and Zoro has 18. I guess we don't need more orders, but I don't really know what we're doing. But okay, a little confused there. Why Zoro is not the state religion if it's in all 18 cities? I presume your paganism has spread to 16 of 18, so yeah. Might want to swap to mono at some point. That'll also probably help with your family opinion. Most places are Zoro. Another order shrine. Okay. Take a look at what the shrine count is across all cities. 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 4, 3, 3, 0, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. Okay. And then we have 2 cities that lack any. Where's the other one that lacks something? This one down here, which is building a shrine there. And then this one still needs a shrine to be built and has no workers nearby. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely finish your shrines and go poly. I guess you can go to max shrine for max orders. Are you running orthodoxy? No orthodoxy. Orthodoxy would help. The economy is kind of a mess, actually. This is not very good. Losing money as well. Jurisprudence, very greedy play. See here. Confused why we have not resolved this here. We will see here. Interesting tactical game here. Yeah, family opinion, very rough for Kush. Always important to be mindful of your family opinion before going in on attack. Bitter, painful experience. Waiting for players to resolve. 57 orders, 19 workers to go here. We are 15, 16 away from point victory. 16 and 17 points away from point victory. But all wonders are almost on the board. The Erectusuk being the last one. He does have 3 religious wonders that he could snag. And as soon as we get one more global Christian city, Greek will get that. So Kush could build 3 religious wonders for 6 points and go to 50, be 11 points away. Yeah, the eco not in great shape right now. Yeah, very, very confused why Judaism is the state religion, and also why we have some theologies each way. All right, we got a pikeman moving in here. Probably turn off that display. No need for showing resources at this point in the game. Okay, moves in with that axe or that maceman to kill there. Move them back to heal. Could move this in here. There's a ballista there. Where are his ranged units? Badge archer all the way over there, and another one over there. So those need to come on down. Love to see this move. Some interesting road networks. We have traders, so you know. Moving in there. That's okay. We found that spot there, and does he have anything to kill it with? Can't force march. Oh, I don't think there's anything in range. Yeah, this isn't enough. It's killed 3 horsemen, and rebel horse archer, doing Greeks a favor, killing their rebels. 2 years on jurisprudence, so curious. I guess he's going to go for elder specialist. I'm not sure. Killing that archer, pulling more units down. Looks like Medjay archer not upgraded though. It's just a really awkward choke. It'd be easier to go in a city like this or something, which is a lot more open. The swarm units across. But I guess we've decided to attack this city, so be it. All the frontline cities are champion cities, so none of them will be easy to fall. He's building these boats up. As he moved that, moved one of the archers, presumably. Up there we go. And there goes 100 orders pretty easily. See how Greece goes, and we will see Edict of Tyranny as well. Are there pyramids? Yes, Kush owns them. If there's anything to kill that with, sadly. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. All right, the Greek turn, and hopefully they start the timer here. Type in chat potentially. All right, they can start the timer. Lovely. All right, we're underway. Ballista shreds. Let's have another swordsman he could pull up here. Potentially. Get this guy back to heal somewhere. That swordsman would cleave here. He did get martial code, so I can rush with money. Doctrine, infantry square, cohorts, or chain drive are the choices. Pulling up his boat here. See whether these boats decide to attack this boat next turn. It was a good anchor to speed up movement. His horses are kind of all over the place at the moment. See if he can collapse them down into place and use that to hold. How are we culture-wise? Museum for Kush, no mausoleum, so no one gets the culture boost. Let's see. 5 years to legendary 2, 2 years, 6 years here, so 2 points from that, and then everything else is at least, say, 25 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so gonna need to resolve this one through combat. Um, hmm. So the route chain starting up here. Will he... Wait, he's going this way. Cool. Does have this swordsman that can come up here? Can actually kill that. Not sure, is he going for the ballista? Getting obliterated. 17 damage by that pikeman. That's why I would not go cataphracts into pikes. It's just not going to end well. Swordsman would be good. Lots of infantry here. Although he also has some... Right, there's the expected swordsman. Yep. There. Yeah, you can actually kill that. That's pretty cool. Might want to actually pull the longbowman up. Heal with this, but who knows? Let's see here. It's going to get splashed. Pretty gnarly tactical combat here. Right, going back and healing as expected, and now I'm expecting longbow. Oh, we got the mace. Okay. All right, well, maybe we pull up the longbowman and hit from here. Right, and you do have a longbowman. Hit with here. Probably want to get here. There we go. Nice. Okay. And in theory, you could position something in here to do some damage that way. That horse is very dead. More troops down there. That's good. Longbowman that needs to march on down. Heal would heal 5. Let's see here, 12 orders left. Let's continue to build roads. 100% clear why, considering we have this coastal movement here. Maybe he's worried these boats are on the way to kill that ship, which they would be able to do. Get Holy War Pilgrimage here. He's doomed. What is Izair? Izair is Prince Krateros. Let's see who his regent becomes. Been ruling for 20 years. He's on his 4th ruler. Lost we're very young to illness. That's really rough. One of our friends, Kush, they are on their 5th, 6th ruler, 5th, 6th ruler, depending on how you count regencies. Pretty early death, illness, the 1st ruler. Yeah. Something upgraded somewhere. They killed 4 units, Maceman, Medjay Archer, Maceman, and a Ballista. A lot of units up here as well. Seems like the theater of conflict is down here. Okay, let's see how Kush responds. He is concentrating forces in the area and pulling his Beja Archer down here. Like to see a couple more roads maybe here. Getting some Spy Masters up. No Spy Master yet for Kush, because I don't think he has Portcullis. So Greece has good visibility here and is going for cohorts, which will be pretty good. Crossbows attack into spears, but take damage from swords. We have a sword here. You can see the crossbow does 8, and yeah, they trade evenly, I think. He doesn't have a state religion. Has not chosen to adopt one. I guess he's going for Manichaeism. He does have divine rule, but is not choosing to have a state religion, but also doesn't have the civics to adopt one. That might be part of the reason why no mono. It's from your state religion. All right, let's see what Kush does with their 114 orders. Pretty far behind Zion's-wise, though. This is a pretty big gap that's opening up wider and wider. This is also a pretty big gap. Yeah, Greek economy, except for wood, is much better, and then military score, both are very neck and neck. We'll see how this continues to evolve here. All right, ahoy there. We've got some sea combat. That boat is going to die. The boat's on the way for our Greek friends, so sea control will pass to the Kush. One more boat on the way there. We have some rebels, because we've got lots of unhappy people. Okay, we got our first kill by horseman there, expected. I'm going to move this ballista along. Horse march in there into the swordsman, I think. Yep. Probably going to be enough to kill it. Yep, 3 splashes, 3 attacks from that would do it. Also do this. Right, there we go. Boom. Spear this way and eliminated. Right, we're now attacking. Looks like hitting the city. Not the unit, interestingly. Okay. Did that. Okay. You could kill it. We'll splash 1. Could do 3 there. Or our Beja Archer can keep coming down here, which will go a long way. To the fort, so not that big deal. Liste, no force march available. So we are not rallying troops, we're influencing the ambassador. Okay. He's also the head of the hunters. How is he dealing with this rebel back here? Doesn't seem like anything is moving towards there. Maybe this axe. Jurisprudence. That's a pretty greedy play. But I guess he'll do elders everywhere. I guess something like that. Jewish disciples. Curious why we're seeing so many. No, I guess I'm really confused why Jewish is the family religion and not Zorro, or why Jewish is the state religion, not Zorro. I'm not really sure. He's doing some sort of like double religion play. Not sure. Seems too cute by half, I think is the way I would phrase it. But he does have lots of orders to play with, so no force marches, which is of course very limiting. The archer. Another archer, and then I presume now the onager to get the kill. Expecting this onager to attack and get the kill. See whether it does so. All right, continuing to pull forces down here. Swarming into the city. Definitely has the preponderance of forces there, so unless Greece changes something, I don't really see that changing. Yeah. Take a look here. Still waiting for this to hit here. There's a Beja Archer. Right here is one. There's the other. Over here. Very long way. Are there any strong cities anywhere? Was there an Ishtar on this map? There was not. Beja there. Potentially could do Beja there. We really only had a... Where's our third strong city? Legendary strong and Frika. Getting a Citadel. Okay, so we should be able to start producing Beja Archers there as well. 10 orders left, expecting this to fire. Maybe soon here. So many orders. Old World really is quite a lovely game, you have to say. Everything is just so nicely interconnected and well designed. It's just a pleasure to play it. Very hard to play it perfectly, I would say, just because there's so many choices to make, and all of them have implications, echoing further and further into the game. Jurisprudence will let him build elders directly, which potentially can let him catch up in science. Does have pretty robust civics income. He is running divine rule, so legal code could give him plus 70 more. He did finally attack with that, as expected. I got 3 kills there, so this city is probably not going to be able to hold. Just doesn't have a good supply line to it. Fortunately for IceMatrix, the city doesn't really matter, so it's not like it's a core city. Unfortunately, could expose like an underbelly sort of style attack here, but I think he'll be pretty easy to defend here. It's going to be hard to break in. This city was probably the most exposed. Everything else is like this hilly plain. It's going to be hard to attack into that. So yeah, let's see what IceMatrix does. Turn, gotta say, I love the automatic change. Very nice as an observer to not have to change. All right, we have a new ruler as well here. Presumably we're going to have a judge. So that's going to be very powerful. And family opinion, pretty good, except for the champions, who are not in happy shape, but looks like we can buy them off and potentially send stuff via Chancellor as well. Do buy them off. We'll want to definitely. There's still no Christian city, second Christian city, so wonder if you could actually purge it. I don't think you can purge the Holy City. So as soon as it spreads to a second one, you'd have to be like, I don't think you could purge it in time before it would spawn. All right, let's see what IceMatrix does. 71 orders, so a sizable number of orders. The cohorts is 4 years away, which will help against those pikes and the Beja Archers, of course. He's repairing damage on the city. Looks like he is thinking about holding it, I think. We'll see here. He did pull that unit back. Or no, that unit had pulled back before. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. Right, he is attacking back with his boat. He's getting another bireme out here. No other bireme construction. So definitely an advantage to Kush for having many tiles that can build biremes. Nothing, oh yeah, that axe did move down in the end. So, yeah. Got that academy, approaching 400 science. So I guess he's going cohorts now, yeah. Barding is an option as well. Although barding into pikes is scary, but that does require Kush to have sufficient pikes, which at the moment I think they just have 2. So that's, I wouldn't say that's sufficient. So we'll see. Greece can definitely get away with going horse because generally you're not going. Generally, people are going to have to deal with the Greek phalangite, but it is dissuades them from going horse. But we'll see whether both players try cataphracts into spears, which is always interesting. Usually doesn't end well for the cataphracts. Right, buying some tiles here. You can see swap to colonies. And colonies, okay, a panic. Looks like a suicidal elephant. War elephant, I don't think we have anything that routes. Let's take a look at horse. Nope. No routing units. What about for Kush? Do we have routes? Then we don't. Yeah, no one has any routing units. So this is going to be a slugfest. Not sure what the point of that move was. Didn't even kill the onager. And you're just going to lose the elephant pretty instantly. We'll see here. Two ballistae. No, one's a. Oh man, these icons are so similar, right? Ballistae, crossbowman. Ballistae has a little tail and like more fangs, and crossbowman does not. Okay. Still feel like they're too similar. So I guess he attacked into that mace with a spear, which is not going to do that much damage. I don't see IceMatrix holding this city. He just doesn't have the forces in range. Maybe if he gets his own onager down there, that'll help. He does have onagers in various places. Mostly we're defending the north, not this one. City feels kind of isolated and like it's going to be hard to hold. Yeah, I agree. Ballista and crossbow are too similar. Maybe we make a suggestion. Make ballista crossbowman more distinct. Screenshot this for. Right, well, let's see what goes along here. Right, he killed a boat with a longbow. This is like super longbow. Still going to lose his boat though. Continuing to tile by, which is interesting. Boat is dead. And I guess there's another bioream 5 years away, although your bioream's going to get there earlier, so maybe Greece will hold. And I guess he wants to tile by this way, which makes sense. That way he won't need boats at all. Just make sure to tile by from this city, not backwards. Otherwise you'll make your opponent be able to, when they take the city, or if the city falls, you'll lose the ability to reinforce. So all right, so it's going to be really tough to crack that city. It's a champion city, and there's just not that much surface area. And then we've got a fort in front. Yeah. Especially if he gets some these longbows and some of the onagers in the back here, it's gonna be really spicy to attack into that city. Really surprised Kush has not picked up Orthodoxy. I feel like it would be really good, especially for the orders that Kush is running right now. But Doctrine, not always easy to get. Definitely wouldn't try to get Doctrine over Jurisprudence personally. Okay, 10 more orders for the Greeks. No force marches left. Yeah. The battle for Rhegion. Okay, over to Kush. Both have regencies. 2 queen regents. Land consolidation. Makes a lot of sense as a pick. And he does have Doctrine targeted, which is great. He's fixing his eco slowly. Really needs to fix that food issue. Everything else is in good shape, just food. Could get Kato, which could be good as a tutor for the king. Right, did kill that boat. He zone locks the other boat. Moving here. Boat is getting rushed out. Of course, can hit the other boat, so he will lose this boat. Boat is dead. I think 5, 7. Yep, that boat's dead. So he will have sea superiority here. Greece will preserve. All right. And then he kill the onager or the longbow. Somewhere this longbow hit something. This longbow hit the onager. Okay. Right. Moves around here. Okay. Interesting. All right. Nice. Nice. Using the crossbow pierce to damage that, and then eliminate the elephant with the pikeman. Also very nice. Yeah, this one's pretty intense. Lots of back and forth. Combat. Blood. Bloodshed. It's definitely an interesting position if you're just tuning in after the other game wrapped up. Kush has a pretty significant orders lead thanks to Heliopolis, but is behind pretty badly in science. And military score, they're very neck and neck. And then food-wise, much better eco for food and iron. Greece, even stone, and then slight advantage for wood for Kush. So yeah, it's surprisingly close. Improvements controlled hilariously despite being only on 10 cities. Sabertooth, IceMatrix has more improvements than Kush. 18 to 10 cities, and the 10 cities player has more improvements, which is not what you would expect, I think. Especially since there's been 54 workers produced by Kush, although at this point there are only 34 workers, so yeah. So I think Kush will be able to take this city. The challenge is I don't know that this city matters. I'm also not entirely confident he'll be able to take this city, considering it's a very defensible spot, and Greece should be able to get sea control. I guess he rushed out. Not sure where this other Byrene came from. Still be able to kill. No, he won't be able to kill. Oh, maybe pulls another Byrene in. Might be able to kill. We'll see. Does have did research martial code, or no? Kush or Greece has researched martial code and enacted Holy War, so he will get random promos on his units, which is always nice. So definitely some back and forth. I think all the combat is here. No one is attacking either in the north. Big problem for Kush is he really only has, he's got some family opinion issues that are pretty bad at the moment. So he's got some rebels he needs to deal with. Oddly, his state religion is Judaism, despite Zoro being in 18 cities. I don't know what the story is behind that. He's getting land consolidation, does have doctrine targeted. So, yeah, definitely interesting here. $291 legitimacy as well. 40 from Kushite pyramids, which is insanely nice. Needs to fix his food income to fulfill that ambition. 27 improvements underway. So looks like it's mostly shrines. Quarries, shrines. Don't see any food being improved. Citadel, which will help production. Another shrine. Let's continue to build shrines for more and more orders. But really needs to fix this eco, especially food prices where they are right now. I don't see. Maybe IceMatrix can hold this city. It's gonna get increasingly hard. There's just many more units here, and I guess he's pulling some units back. Plops this here, then maybe if he gets 3 onagers here. See what these onagers can't quite. They can only reach to the city, so you can put 3 onagers here, and then an onager in the city. I would defend. Needs to get those onagers down there for that to happen. He's tutoring the king, which I'd love to see that. This axe is gonna get obliterated by the ballista. It does have 3 boats here, so a little bit of superiority. Another boat coming out, another ballista coming out. Greece is in pretty much full military production mode. Every unit is building. Every city is building units. It's not quite the case in Kush. This city is so far from the front lines. Continuing to bring units down. He does have that huge order advantage thanks to Heliopolis and continuing to make that bigger and bigger with more and more shrines. Presume he'll go for the max shrine count. Also trying to do double religion tricks, I guess. Presume he'll swap back to Zora. I'm not sure. It would be, yeah, I'm not sure. Start whittling down that city. It'll be tough though, because repair damage will take it to 34 HP and it's at 29. Really just plink it. It'll be a long, slow walls in this as well, which helps, and a moat also helps. Lots of time in the bank. We're 20 minutes in the bank. 16, 17, 18 minutes. So, all right. Taros the New, the rightful heir. No events for the Greeks. I know it just takes a long time. Convert on the road. Yeah. Still no second global Christian city. Where is our, right here, 5%, 10% chance of spreading. He already has built the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, so definitely doing some fun religion games. Where is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre here? Maybe it's being built. No, Shrine of it's being built here. Yeah, scientific. We've got some combat here over Region. State of the game basically is there's a enormous order advantage for Kush, thanks primarily for Heliopolis, as well as this absolutely brilliant Shrine of Amani that has 9 orders because it has 5 wonders around it, which is wild and amazing, and props for that. He's continuing to build a lot of shrines. The Greek economy is actually quite a lot bit better, and Greece also has an enormous science lead, and a lead in food, a lead in iron, a lead even in stone, and then not too far behind wood, and then otherwise military-wise they're neck and neck. Production-wise, Greece has 4 cities above 5 cities above 40 above 30 production, whereas our friends in Kush only have 4 cities above 30 and nothing above 40. And Greece, I think, has a bunch over 40. And you can see the econ in Greece, in Kush, is pretty rough. Yes, it is a 9 order king shrine, which is wild, thanks to the Kush bonus. Greece is attempting to hold off. Both had their rulers die and now are in queen regencies. So family opinion is much better in Greece than Kush. 2 cities friendly, and then just 1 that's neutral. Kush has some issues. Looks like slowly getting their handle, but yeah, not great right now. So definitely a little question why Kush is pushing in right now, but I guess why not? Wonders are pretty much all taken on the board, which is also wild. Veorektasuk for Greece, 5 points away. And then he started the religious wonders as well. So resume. Yeah, and very oddly, or I don't quite understand why, the state religion for Kush is Judaism, despite Zoroastrianism being in all their cities. So I presume there's some sort of clever play being attempted, or double religion shenanigans. And Greece does have monasticism, so as long as another Christian city spawns, which should happen at 10% chance, he will be able to get a religion, and actually did pick Greek paganism now as his state religion, and actually swapped over to monotheism, which has helped a lot with his orders, and he's running divine rule. So I don't think he'll care about Manichaeism, assuming he does get it, which makes sense, because religion at turn 110 plus is not going to be that useful for you. Also some clever tile buying here to make it easier to get stuff in. And of course he's got Colossus. He did snipe that. So we split the broken wonders with each other. We can see that sweet Colossus, or that's the amphitheater. Sweet Colossus. One of these is the Colossus. Don't worry, we'll find, or the Colosseum. All right, I guess it's over here. No, that's an amphitheater. Where is the Colossus? Or the Colosseum? Erectasuk. I presume it's not going to be on a river, right? That's the Circus Maximus. Check. It is in Pella. Okay. Yeah. I just blind. Rivers. Where's the Colosseum? Oh, it's over here. All the way over here. There it is. That's so lovely. They built that over there. So yeah, I mean, I think he's going to defend this city. He now has an onager coming in with more onagers on the way, some more elephants that are being produced. Phalangites, getting cohorts in 3 years, has an amazing eco to support everything. Insanely / bizarrely, Greece has a huge lead in order improvements. 262.05 despite being 10 cities to 18, which is definitely something. So I think Kush, like, I don't know that they will lose this game if this attack fails, but I don't quite see why make this attack right now. But of course, as you're playing, it's much harder to see, so I can understand, like, I feel like I need to knock him out or something, but I feel like Kush with 18 cities is in a pretty commanding position here. Definitely wanting to close out the game is something you may want to do. Yeah, this is tall versus wide. Greece is going tall Greece, and Kush is going wide. Just the eco, I think, is really the problem for Kush, and he's continuing to build more and more shrines and getting more and more orders. He is picking up, he does have orthodoxy targeted research-wise, but doesn't have it yet. Presumably that once he does get it, it will help quite a bit. But yeah, eco is definitely a weakness. Like, there's lots of unimproved stuff, and I think Kush, if I look at their resources, plus 24 food, and like zero it out versus the huge banks the Greeks have. So even if he does get orthodoxy, he can't really afford anything. So he does have, yeah, I mean, 54 workers and 21 workers for Greece, but 200 more improvements on the Greek side despite less than half workers. Science-wise, we see here it is a big gap, almost 4,000 science, and he's doubling science. So cataphracts are going to be not that great, I think, because there are pikemen, but there are only 2 pikemen on the board. So maybe cataphracts will be good. Greece did have cataphracts targeted, but no longer has it targeted after seeing that pikeman. So maybe we see polyvolley. But he's getting cohorts first, which would be really great. I mean, at 400 science a turn, he can pretty much get whatever he wants. So Kush did tech to jurisprudence, which is really greedy in my opinion. But it doesn't really have, I guess he's getting an elder officer being rushed there. The problem for him is like his military production is all the way back here, so it takes forever for anything to get to the front lines. This is a strong city, this is a strong city, and this is a strong city for building Beja archers. And then everything else, I guess he's building a lot of onagers. Yeah, so it's definitely, I mean, I think it's still anyone's game. Kush will have 3 religious wonders. He's already building 1, Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and presumably is building the others as well. So that will give him 6 points. And city-wise, he's got at least 2 more points from this, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, so 6. 3 religious wonders is 6, so that puts him at like 57. So if he can find 4 more points somewhere, he can win on points. But it's going to be close. I mean, 4 points is not going to be easy to find. Yeah, let's see. Where's the... This is the Zoroastrian city he is building. No, he's not building here. Okay, he's building the Aden Mir there. And then this is Jewish city and Temple of Solomon. So he's getting all 3 religious wonders that he has, which will put point pressure on Greece. Greece does have another wonder in the pipeline, so that'll put them at 47. So once these, yeah, and then Greece doesn't really have, Greece has 1, let's see, cities that flip in like 25 turns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8 more points for Greece, and then if Mankinism ever does spawn, 10 more points, so 55 to 57. It's still going to be really close. Obviously, this city would flip, would make a difference, but I just don't see that Kush is going to be able to push into the city, especially once Greece finishes buying these tiles, which is really great. Sea control is going to be a little risky, and of course the biremes can start attacking. Would love to see this rushed. I guess we don't have the civics for it. We do have Holy War, so we could sell to rush, which we'd love to see. I guess we're not doing that. Right, back over to Kush. And again, the family opinion situation for Kush is getting a little better, but still pretty rough. Yeah, Ice will need to push out to take territory, but I mean, an army of cataphracts and polybody is terrifying. And yeah, tech points are also another great way to get points. This is the Kush tech tree, but we can take a look at the Greek tech tree. And, you know, points aren't that impossible. He did go wide science, so it's not all in Pella, like 3 cities above 50 science. So definitely gonna be a close game. I mean, anyone's game. I think with 3 religions, Kush will go up to 51 points, and then like he's got a couple cities, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities. So cities within 20 years, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cities within 10 years, within 20 years. Puts him 55 and then 6. So yeah, he wins in 20 years, I think. He wins on points whenever, let's see, 1, 2, so 19 years, something like that. He wins in points in 19 years. There is also opulence on the board. We are playing with BTT. Right? No, BTT is off, maybe? Question mark? I don't see BTT on, do you? It's possible because I don't have it loaded. I'm not sure how that works. Might not be opulence. I don't know if they turned off BTT. Or just because I don't have it loaded as an observer and I can't see it. Oh wow, he pulled back. He decided he's not going to be able to take that city. I didn't expect that, but makes a lot of sense, I guess. Or he sees a path to point victory and is like, well, I don't actually need to take that city. I can just turtle up and make it impossible to take any of my cities, and then I'll win off of points. Especially if you can get calligraphy. Vaulting would be really big for rushing point victory. No one has vaulting targeted, but low-key vaulting is actually going to be critical here. Greece does have vaulting, but bizarrely, it is running calligraphy, so that's helping Greece quite a bit. So, but under 20 turns or less, 1, 2, 3, 4 cities. I can take a look. There should be luxury in one of these cities. Really? We're not sending luxuries to any cities? Okay. Sending luxuries to one city. We only have 1 luxury. I'm very confused. Or no, we're sending luxury to a family. Okay. All right, well, let's maybe Kush is sending some luxuries and we can see. No, just no one has any luxuries. Okay. I don't know that, yeah. All right, he's sending it to Ushara, which is somewhere here. See a luxury being sent. Can we build a estate? I don't see estates. I don't think I don't see estate as eligible. It might be observer bug because I don't have the DLC loaded, but it doesn't show it to me here, so I'm not sure. In any case, interesting that he pulled back. Yeah, they're just getting land consolidation now on turn 109. It's been a really odd tech path. Scholarship into jurisprudence, which is hilariously greedy. Both these are very greedy techs in duels. 91 and 108, I guess. States are rural. I was looking at the all build, but we can look at rural. I don't see it anywhere. I can look in a city that has a luxury built. Doesn't show. So I think they might have BTT off. So, but who knows? So yeah, just insane amounts of orders. He's pulled back. I mean, given his situation here, especially if he picks up vaulting, he should be able to just close out a point victory, but it's kind of going to be by the skin of his teeth. Yeah, but maybe we'll see a point victory here in the next 90 minutes or so. Settle in, brew some tea. Yeah. Yeah, BTT is not there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think, but I also have it disabled right now. So yeah, it looks like it's disabled, which means no opulence. It makes sense because the point total is pretty low. I guess I'd expect it to be higher if opulence was enabled. So he's pulled back. He's building religious wonders. That'll get him. Yeah. So I mean, Ice. I don't think Ice can just sit back and win. He's going to need to take a city, but potentially if he can. Yeah, I'm not sure. Put a lot of forces this way. It's going to be hard to pull those forces back up around. Yeah. No opulence. Opulence would give IceMatrix a way to win, assuming he got some luxuries, especially with the Erectus Souk, which will give him lots and lots of luxuries. He's continuing to build libraries, just more science for the science gods. What's another way to check if BTT is on? I think it's just estates, right? I wonder if I have it. I mean, I don't have it loaded, so maybe that's part of it as well, as an observer. Well, we'll see. If he does have, if BTT is on, which doesn't look like it is, then IceMatrix potentially could opulence his way to victory, but the point total feels small for opulence. Oh, he turned off BTT. Okay. Ah, yes. The other request would be, would you be cool disabling behind the throne? Okay, so yes, they did disable to confirm. Thank you, Scion. Okay, and also the point total. So yeah, no BTT, which is my preferred for duels as well. Okay, thank you, Fluffy, as well, for the confirmation. Doesn't matter what I have on as observer, matters in the game list, and indeed it is disabled. So you can see the eco here for our food prices, by the way, are insane. 15 food. Yeah, we've got some rebel issues. We're building 37 improvements at the moment, but it's almost entirely shrines. I guess some windmills as well. He's really trying to shrine max to get more and more orders. He does have doctrine targeted as well. Some ranges as well. Really sucks that like this is so far away from the front lines. He does have this super road, which is good to see. Yeah. Looks like IceMatrix is going to be hold that off. Not really sure where to poke in. And again, assuming, especially if he manages to get vaulting, he'll be in even better shape because he can get calligraphy and then just ride that to point victory. Because Greece doesn't have any weak cities, and Kush has 10 developing cities and 5 weak cities. So city count is 18 to 10, with the hilarious thing that this player with 10 has more improvements. than the player with 260 improvements to 210. So despite also building fewer workers, there are 35 workers for Kush and 23 for Greece. And Greece has a improvement advantage despite being behind on cities. Whoops, that was interesting. I guess it was flipped during the turn thing there. All right, so let's see what Greece does. 10 to 18. All right, so he's held the city. It's very efficient use of his workers. Master scribes, continuing to science. This is for the science gods. Princess officers, we've got some more libraries, another barracks. It's continue to build and staying very heavy military. We see pretty much every city in Greece is building military. We do have a very strong economy, plus 100 in all goods, and then plus 300 in iron and stone. Again, versus Kush, where we really have plus 20 food, plus, I mean, I guess it's really food that hurts, and obviously, yeah, money is tight for both players. But the price of food is a huge problem right now for Kush. And also just the banks that IceMatrix has. Just there's so many resources here. It's converting into units. Kush is just not building that many units, right? We just got to have some onagers, lots of onagers. In fact, pretty much only onagers. A random bireme in the back. Yeah. Presume we're not going to see an attack here. Okay. So, yeah, I think unless, I mean, the mill power graph is spiking slightly in favor of Greece, and Greece is continuing to build units. I do see, like, this is going to be really hard to attack into. Of course, he could go get mangonels, which will make attacking into things much easier. And he has a really strong economy here and great production. And cohorts will be troubling for all the units that Kush has. It looks like Kush is walling up here, so it's going to be really hard to attack in. I'm not sure where you would attack in. This city seems like the weakest. Of course, attacking anywhere, you're going to have to deal with any vulnerabilities that you open up by being able to attack somewhere else. Windmill here. So another windmill. Does have those groves. Into science up quite nicely here. Quarry, or the quarry gods. Not entirely sure why we need another quarry. at plus 300 wood, plus 300 stone at this point. Citadel and Pella. Okay. So we've been building. We have a citadel somewhere around here, right? I think. It does have Phalangites. Yeah. Where they're champions, so presumably. Sorry, here's this. I guess this was the only citadel. Here, Windswind. We were just tuning in. We have an interesting situation here. Equal points. Kush versus Greece. Military score, slight advantage to Greece, but pretty much neck and neck. Orders, enormous advantage to Kush, 115 to 73. Science-wise, enormous advantage to Greece, 371 to 200, with a gap of almost 4K. Econ-wise, Greece has a pretty big econ lead for food, iron, even stone, and then slightly behind on wood. Hilariously, Greece is only on 10 cities, but has more improvements controlled, and has built only like 20-some workers versus 30-some. So he's healing up. Looks like this city won't be able to be taken. I'm expecting at this point Sabertooth is going for a point victory and is just trying to make it as hard as possible for anyone to punch into him. I presume he's going to go for Doctrine here so that he can use, yes, get Orthodoxy and suddenly print units. That will be huge. Yeah, IceMatrix has done a really good job ecoing up. I think Sabertooth is potentially falling into the trap of building shrines everywhere and forgetting he needs to get resource extraction at some point. But we'll see. Also, this happiness situation is not great either. And again, I'm really confused why Judaism is his state religion when Zoro is in 18 cities and his leader is Zoro. And all his families are Zoro or pagan, but Judaism is his state religion. I don't know what happened there. Orthodoxy will be a problem, except for his state religion is Judaism, which is only in 8 cities, so he won't even be able to rush everywhere with it. I don't know why his state religion right now is... yeah, I don't know why he went Judaism when Zoro is in every city. He's still running Poly as well and continuing to build shrines. The shrine count is getting completely absurd at this point. Multiple cities with 3, 4 shrines and pyramids. You can see he's almost done with the great shrine building exercise that is Kush. Pretty close to done. Also have to point out this amazing shrine right here. This is a shrine with plus 9 orders from the Kingship Shrine. 5 adjacent wonders, 1 from the Heliopolis, and plus 50% from being Kush, which is just amazing. And yeah, he is getting, he just finished the Zoro Religious Wonder, which puts him at 47. That, of course, does give some culture as well, which will help with points. And he's building the Christian Wonder here. And I think the Jewish Wonder is being built here as well. So he will get there. And then a lot of his cities are also pretty close. So those 2 wonders put him at 51, and he needs 61. So let's see. How does he get to 61? 62, 63. I wish I could sort this by turns until. I don't think there's a way to do that, is there? Yeah, there's no way to sort. Or I guess control click will do. No, there's no way to sort by turns until. I need turns until. All right, so 62, 63, 64, 65, sorry, 50, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Hold on. Okay, we'll just count. 1, stuff under 5. 1, 5 and under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points, and 5 under. Yeah, Greece will get 2 points when Manchanism spawns. If it ever spawns, it still has not spread. Christianity was founded in 102, so it's been 8 years at 10% with no spread, which is not good luck. Right. That would be, well, I guess 43% chance of that happening. So not insane, but we should see it spread soon here, within 10 turns, right? So within 10 turns is like going to be 50-50. Anyway, I was playing silly counting games. And yeah, looks like Kush is just backing up, and I'm going to wall up and go for point victory with lots and lots of onagers. So maybe that Greek cataphract, if they do go cataphracts, will help. But yeah, 1 points under 50. So 2 more wonders, 2 more religious wonders will put him at 51. He needs to find 10 points. Where are his 10 points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anything closer? 9, 10. So 13 years he wins on points, assuming he doesn't get calligraphy or none of this changes. So turn 123, Sabertooth will win on points. So we have a point victory on turn 123 for Sabertooth. Or sooner. So Greece is on the clock. They have 13 turns to take a city. If they don't take a city, Sabertooth wins. So pressure is on Greece. This is the advantage of being with lots and lots of cities. Greece is getting cohorts. Doesn't have anything else targeted in the tree. We'll get the religious wonder, assuming that is. We'll put him at 47. In those 13 turns, Greece will get 1, 2 points. And then if they get the religious wonder, 4. So that'll put them at 49, which won't be enough. So they need to take a city off of Kush. Otherwise, this is over in 13 turns. So we will see if Greece pushes in and takes a city. But yeah, point victories in 13 turns for Kush. All they need to do is not lose a city, which explains why they're building so many onagers. No city losses, please. If Manchanism ever spawns. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this Christian city count, see if it ever spawns. He should definitely not spread it manually. And yeah, bizarrely, I don't quite understand why Judaism is a state religion. I presume he swapped it at some point because he did get mythology on Zorro. So he is running double mythology. So if we look at a shrine here, for example, we are getting 6 culture from this shrine because it's +2 from mythology twice. And then +50% from Kush. So it's helping a lot as well. So yeah, Sabertooth should win this in 10 turns, or 13 turns. And his reward for winning will be he will get to face Fluffy Bunny. Who I'm sure will let him expand to 18 cities without attacking him. I'm sure. Right, Fluffy, if you're still in the chat? All right, let's see here. Yeah, he needs a little bit more food and he can finish this ambition. All right, let's see what we're building worker-wise. We are building a farm, which will help. And then, yeah, lots of shrines being built. So many shrines being built. Granaries, shrines. So yeah, he's going for max order shrine here. And then just onager up. Impassable wall. Good luck taking a city. So what option does Greece have? He's just getting cohorts now. I don't know. Pretty sure he is. I don't really see a way for Greece to break in. Mangonels would be useful. Polybully would be useful. I don't think it'll be your map choice, or you won't have the choice of map or order. Saber will have the choice, and then you can choose the other. If he gives you map choice, then yeah, that'll be interesting. So. All right, so buckle in, 13 turns to a point victory or some drama. Of course, Greece does not know that. You might believe there's more time. He doesn't have a really great vision. Does have some spy networks, but yeah. Tech-wise, he's going to get cohorts. Could get chain drive. And then once cohorts, I guess he will have the choice of, presume we will get barding next, which potentially could break the onager, assuming Kush does not build up a lot more pikes between now and, or I guess he's spamming pikes and onagers. So it's going to be really rough to break in. All right, let's see here. Tribal turn is taking a while here. Okay, there we go. Curious why the tribal turn is taking, because there's no tribes at this point. All right, 12 turns on the clock for our friends there. What tech choice will he go? Presume barding in 4 years. Presume barding. Indeed, we are seeing barding. Good. And then I guess he's going to throw himself at a city. He might not be aware. Yeah. He would have vision of at least this being built, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and he can see that one of the Aden Burzen Mir has been built, so he knows that. So he knows where those points are going. He, of course, does not know the city level up. He can see it here for this city, right? He can see this one is 23 years away. You can see this one is 7 years away. He can see this one is 4 years away. He doesn't have an agent there, so he only has 3 agents right now. Barding would be the best way to break an onager line. I guess Polybali is also an option. It's gonna be tough. All these are also frontier. Well, this one's not a hunter city, but these two are frontier hunter cities. Another frontier hunter city. So all these are also going to get Sentinel, which will make it very painful to attack in. It's hard to attack into hunters. Yeah. And yeah, we can, we're going to have a bunch of points here. Yeah, within 5 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points will appear. And then, of course, the two religious wonders will finish as well. So that'll be 10 points. So he'll be at 57. So 5 years. And then the next ones will take 8 years. So there'll be an 8-year window where he realizes, oh crap, I need to go. And he'll have 8 years to take it. So in 5 years, so he'll have barding. Yes, if you leave a city exposed like this, you can lose the city to cataphracts. Maybe you'll probably lose the cataphracts, but yeah, you have to actually protect the city by just putting physical things around it. Ideally, units, workers, and units around it. Just protect all approaches. I lost a game versus Frederick that I was about to win on point victory because he walked up to a city that was defended and surrounded it, and then hero launched offensive to take it, even though it had walls. Yes, and I would like, yeah, there are walls here. So yeah. Is there a hero available? There is not, but our king is 8 years old, so he will get an archetype in 10 years, which is going to be really tight. So, all right. Yeah, looks like, so which city is most vulnerable? Probably Migrissa. We can move in here, set up onagers on these hills. This feels pretty defensible with a flank here. Another option is this city. This city's kind of isolated. It's going to be hard for Saber to reinforce. However, there's already a ton of stuff there. So yeah, could you try stupid boat tricks and take Kuban? Kuban does have walls as well. All these cities, I think, have walls. Yeah, all the frontier cities have walls, all 3. So it's definitely going to be exciting here. Yeah, so I agree. Fluffy, even a city, that's just a point. And then, of course, Kush has more points coming with culture. So yeah, it's 12 years off a point victory here. Some really nice econ play. Gotta give hats off here to IceMatrix. He's really done a great job just sim-seating his empire really well. So nice to see it. Yeah, we'll see whether he is upgrading using that giant bank. Actually, the limiting source right now is training, so I'd actually love to see a rally troops for extra training. Circus Maximus is in Greece, yes. Circus Maximus is in Greece, which means his cataphracts will start with Swift, which will help quite a bit. Greece has taken the majority of wonders. Kush only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Greece has the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, with the 8th on the way. Although Heliopolis for Kush is the big one that is really making it so that he has orders, pyramids, and Zig are also really great. So I think Kush and Museum, I think Kush got the better wonders, maybe except for Colosseum. Kush got the better wonders than Greece. So Kush definitely got the good wonders. The other wonders are good, but like not as good. All right, so looks like we might be massing some troops here for a push on this city, which is good because the city's not particularly well defended at this point. He's mostly pulled up here. We'll see here. So yeah, he could also anchor a boat. Is he going to keep building another boat? He is. So he could try to get some nice anchors, and like you could lightning strike this city pretty hard. Another boat coming over here. Kush is still dealing with family opinion, happy fun times as well, upset family, which is always tough to manage. So it's certainly not over, but we are on a clock for IceMatrix. This sweet, sweet longbow. Focus 1, 2, tough, bloodthirsty, steadfast. All right, let's see here. All right, back over to Kush. Right, the lag on the turn transition there. All right, let's take a look at events. Rule of law, tutoring, loyal. Nice, loyal's good. Humble also good. And 610 civics, probably would take the humble into 610 civics, yep. The Church of Holy Sepulchre is right, done. Some endearment, and potentially Judaism opinion, which would be very helpful if you had any families that were Judaism, but you don't. So I'm really not sure why I guess he's trying to do some silly double religion things, which, I mean, hey, more power to you, but that feels really greedy. All right, 49 points, 11 points to go with, I guess just the Temple of Solomon is the last one, 3 years away. So in 3 years, we will have another point, another point, another point, another point. So 5 points in 3 years plus that, so 7 points. So we'll be at 56 out of 61 with 6 points to go. But this city feels kind of does have exploration, I presume, so he can yeah, he can easily route stuff down. But again, this city's only a point. let's see, I think it was 11 years was the marker. Yeah. So beyond that 11 years, there's a 12-year city. So that will potentially give, there's two 12-year cities as well. So he needs to deny basically 2 points. Kuban is one of these. So yeah, if he takes Kuban, then he needs to deny another. Yeah, he needs to, and after that 12, there's a 13. Ugh. Then there's a pretty big gap after that. So if he takes, he was going to need to basically take 2 cities. Yeah. We'll see here. We're about 12 years away from game end. Or, yeah. Definitely feels like he is prepping to attack from the south, it feels like. Although maybe here as well. I don't know. We'll see. It's a little, he is pretty behind orders wise, so that will make it a little harder. Kush has double his orders. But maybe he can make it up in unit quality? Maybe? I'm not sure. Mill score is slightly in favor of IceMatrix, but nothing to write home about. Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely walling up, making it pretty hard. Obviously, he can build lots of forts as well. No reason not to, especially as Kush. Yeah, lightning strike. One thing polyvolleys are nice for is they do really just delete cities. Because they're 10 strength. Right, he is now taking advantage of the direct elder as well from jurisprudence and guilds. Just build elders directly. Though still really, really food constrained. But oddly not building very many farms. In fact, not building any farms, which feels like a mistake when you're that food constrained and you want to build a bunch of specialists. At least we're getting these groves up, which will help, and continuing to shrine up. And looks like, I guess we're a builder, so we can do some builder tile buying as well. It's kind of cute. Love to see that this way as well. So yeah, Sabertooth is 12 points away from a point victory. Or 12 turns away from a point victory. Also 12 points away. Yeah. True as well, Scion, that doctrine, you can't convert orders to units if you have to use your orders for fighting. But I don't know that. I presume I presume Ice is going to at least wait for Barding to attack. Not sure. I see these horsemen and Phalangite, and I presume he's going to upgrade for Barding and go in with Katas. Of course, Katas get deleted by pikemen, so. But there's a bunch of pikemen around. I don't know. We will see here. Definitely looks favorable for Sabertooth at this moment. We're 2 hours into the session. Hopefully we'll see the resolution and we won't have to go to a part 6, especially since this one feels like it's going to be point victory for Sabertooth unless IceMatrix manages to pull something off. I don't yet know if he realizes quite how much time pressure he's under. He definitely will as soon as in 3 years when all these points come in, because we're going to have the Jewish, where is it? Jewish Temple of Solomon, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, that'll be 7 points that will come in 3 years. That'll definitely be a wake-up call of like, oh no, I need to go. Okay. Yeah, and in a point situation like this, I would actually defend the city itself. Like, you don't really care if you lose units, but you actually want to surround the cities so that your opponent cannot easily attack the city itself. Generally, you want to let the city tank in most situations, but like here, you definitely want to make sure the opponent cannot get to your cities at all. So many orders. Tribal Shrine. Not sure I know what a tribal shrine is. Yeah. Pretty good religious spread. Only one. Still no Christianity second city either. And we are almost 10 years since founding, so we would expect it after 10 years. 10% chance of spreading, so. Right. Back we go to Greece. What IceMatrix does here. Golden Age, we got Legendary, get some civics, get Frugal on your ruler. Monkey's Paw. I don't know that line. It seems like it's probably not a good line to follow. Let's see what IceMatrix chooses. He's got decent vision. Sees most of the forces are up here. Sees there's not that much down here. See what he does. Definitely going to be interesting here. That look like he's moving in, and of course 46 orders is 60 orders is a lot worse. In fact, I see him fortifying units, which is the opposite of what you want to do at this point. He's upgrading more and more. Very training constrained. Would love to see rally. Building a citadel here. Where is he fortifying? Fortifying here, I guess. Yeah. One fort. Not sure where the other fortify is. You see 2 orders are going towards fortify. Another citadel, which of course will help with orders. Ballista, Barding in 3. So yeah, definitely much on the clock. Right. So pretty quiet game here. 11 turns to point victory for Sabertooth. Actually curious where the other fortify is. Presume there's one here. This way. But where's the other one? It must be here. The sleep icon is hiding the fortify. Okay. So if he's fortifying, that's burning orders on fortify. That he's going to need to move all those units in. Continue to build windmills, more science. I don't think he quite realizes he is on the clock. Getting swordsmen everywhere, so that's good. Onagers, longbowmen, pretty good unit comp. Oh, we do see some push in here, I guess. We got some more fortifies. So it looks like we're poking up here. This will be interesting. Out of range of being attacked. Does have those roads. So we do have a little bit of combat potentially here. Setting up, protecting his onagers. Attacking a little bit. So we've got some combat here, which is good because all of Kush's forces in the north. The ballistae will do a lot of damage. Another sword anywhere? No. It really needs to pull more units down. Did a good job buying tiles here. I'd also love to see him, before he swaps off colonies, maybe just buy all the way up to here so you can get coastal movement. That would be nice as well. No reason not to do that. You can do it pretty easily with 2 buys. Then you should grab the marble. And then maybe one more there. Looks like that'll be your easiest path. Oh, we're going in. Okay, yeah, definitely buy those tiles. You're gonna follow up with anything. Okay. Okay, yeah, I would love to see these tile buys here. 'Cause that will make it a lot easier to push in here. So we are going to get some combat over Kuban. Rolling everything down. How's the road network? Decent down here. Yeah. All right, we'll see how Sabertooth responds to this. So putting pressure at the right time here. We'll see how Sabertooth responds to this. Well protected double onager push. All right, let's see how Sabertooth responds here. And yeah, would really, I guess he's going to use the boat to anchor, which is good, but you can also just buy tiles. Unless he's swapping off colonies. Which you might want to do. I guess yeah, you probably want to swap off colonies. Buy and then swap. 1, 2, 3, 4 buys, and then go. Swap off. That way you don't need to worry about boats. All right, let's see what Sabertooth does here. He is 11 points, 11 turns away from point victory, and also 11 points away. $315 legitimacy. And still family issues. Again, bizarrely, his state religion is Judaism, despite Zorro being in all his cities and 2 of his families being Zorro. Let's see what happens here. Just watching. 132 orders, 1,200 training. How is he going to punish this? He lost to Maceman. Military graph. Quick check in here. Greece has a slight lead. I don't quite, yeah. I mean, I think just discontent. Minus 500 from discontent. All right, he finally, not sure what it changed here. He adopted Zorro as state religion and instantly fixed his political situation. Great. Maybe he was waiting for that adoption. Yeah, that's a big, I don't know why he didn't do that earlier. Maybe he was trying to, I guess he wants it for orthodoxy. Rushing now. Yeah, and I presume he can also do another theology for Zoro and dualism to double science to the moon, which is kind of fun. We still have no Christian spread on turn 112. Curious whether we'll see it spread before the end of the game. So yeah, basically, if you get locked out of Zoroan Judaism, you have no religion. You should just assume you're not getting a religion at that point and just deal with divine rule and cry that you don't get monks. Let's see what happens here. All right, we got a force marched onager being put here. Okay. So chops, I guess. Yep. Force marched worker to urban. Okay, I guess we're trying to connect our urban tiles here. Would really love to see Greece colony buy all the way up to here so they can have better reinforcement lines. They do kind of have a really rough reinforcement line right now. Everything is so far away to move. Yeah, all right, well, we do have some combat engagement now. It's a Greek attack in the south as opposed to a Kush attack in the south that we open the game in. Yeah, this feels like the weakest spot, though. Problem for Kush is, of course, if he moves all these units south, then Greece can just walk in with the other units. So this is kind of the defender's dilemma, as I like to put it. As an attacker, you can attack in one spot, and you choose where that is. As a defender, you don't know where the attack is going to come, especially in a map like this where it's very you have a wide front, so you don't know where you need to put your units. And any weak point, your attacker will attack there. So Sabertooth looks like IceMatrix might be inferring that there's a weak point in the south here. Didn't quite move close enough to actually hit the city, which I would have loved for him to do. But yeah. I guess he moved as close as he could, given, well, this one just set up here and this one just set up here as well. So he's going to be able to hit these guys. So yeah, we'll see what happens. New heir for, it's 4 years away, tactician. And then more years away for Greece, I think. 9, yeah. So that kid won't inherit until the game is basically over. $11 years and 11 points. And 142 orders is definitely, we haven't seen that many orders. And he's still building shrines for more orders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 shrines under construction right now out of his 34 improvements under construction. So we might cross 200 orders in this game, which is, especially with Doctrine coming up next turn, it's going to be really hard. Although his economy is still, he needs to fix his food situation, but he can definitely print onagers on demand. The challenge, of course, with rushing is you need resources. I don't think we have a cataphract yet on Greece, do we? The horseman can do 10, if that's what you're referring to. But it's not a cataphract yet. And it would need to force march. It can't quite reach. 13 to that one. If I'm not sure which onager out in the open you mean. 10, 10, 13. Yeah, Greece is will be cataphract here in 3 years, which cataphracts can pretty much one-shot onagers unless the onagers have some sort of defense, like being in a fort, may be forced. But yeah, cataphracts eat onagers alive. More boats, more boats. I would really like to see him buy these tiles so he doesn't have to rely on this boat or the anchor. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 buys. Easy. Especially since he's still running colonies, which I feel like he should also swap off of at this point as Greece. Although he has no civics, so he can't swap. Presume because he's rushed some stuff. Question mark, yeah, he's rushing swordsman. More swordsman rushes. Yeah. All right, well, the battle over Kuban after the battle over Region. And IceMatrix is saying he can play about 30 minutes more, which would be right around the 3-hour mark. So we might be going to a part 6, but that part 6 should be decisive. The swordsman will do some work, but the ballista will also do some work to swordsman. Ballista are, as scientific will tell you, really good. And that is not even ballista. That's a crossbow. So, yeah, there we go. Ballista. Yes, the players clashed a little bit for Region. And Sabertooth attacked, then fell back, and then I think realized he could get to point victory. So began going for point victory. And now IceMatrix is pushing out. And yeah, Kush is there's quite a lot of armies. Pretty even military score with a slight edge for Greece. They have fought a bunch of times. City production wise, Kush has 2 cities over 40, 3 cities over 30, 3 cities over 25, over 20. Whereas Greece has 1 city over 50, which is where the Colosseum is, 3 cities over 40, 1 city over 30, and then all other cities, all 5 are over 20. So pretty significant training advantage for Greece, I think. Yeah. Yes, IceMatrix is on the clock. Sabertooth will win point victory on turn 123 or sooner. So he needs to take cities to disrupt that, ideally. 1 city alone will not be enough, because then he'll just win on turn 124. He needs to take at least 2 cities and really snowball in. All right, we will see what Greece does here. How will they push in? Will they buy those tiles along the coast, which I would really love to see? I'm not really sure why he's building a maceman as opposed to a swordsman at this point. 2 years to barding as well. Yeah, I would really love to see him just buy the tiles in the south. And then probably swap to serfdom once you get some civics. Can you swap? Yeah, you have a judge governor. You have a judge ruler. So yeah, you can definitely swap. Yeah, buy these 2 tiles. Buy these 4 tiles, and then swap to serfdom because you need every order you can get at this point. But unless IceMatrix is able to break through here, Sabertooth will win on points. He is building the Jewish Temple of Solomon that will finish in 2 years, which is given 2 points. And then we see we have a bunch of cities that are also going to take over culture-wise. So we're 10 years away. And yes, as Scientific points out, hilariously, IceMatrix has much better economy, has taken more wonders, has more improvements, despite being only on 10 cities. And yeah, the national wealth difference is quite jarring. He's done a great job of managing his empire. This game might look very different if IceMatrix had settled 1, 2, 3 more cities, and even if he didn't take the middle but had his side, that could be different. So we'll see. Definitely terrifying to attack into that, especially without katas to break your onagers. But he does have Swift on all his horses, and Will on his katas as well. Oh no, this is not what you want to see. He's fortifying all these guys and has put them to sleep. So I presume he's going to wait for katas, I guess. Not sure, but that's going to give Kush more time to pull more units here. I feel like he really needs to lightning strike at some point. And again, I would love to buy those tiles. And where is this horseman going? It's leaving. Not sure where it's going. Naval bypass, probably going to be hard to pull off, considering Kush has naval superiority. 2 boats, 3 boats with 2 more on the way, versus 3 boats with 1 on the way. Maybe, I don't know. And yeah, that looks like he's backing up, which doesn't really make sense considering he just moved that way. But maybe he wants to attack somewhere else. I don't know, or he doesn't realize that he's under time pressure because yeah, he's pulling off and pulling back and forwarding up. Didn't even buy these tiles. So yeah, he's pulling back. Maybe he's waiting for Barding. I'm not sure. No tile buys. Still running colonies. It'd be cute. You could buy all this way and then buy the honey, and then you grab this stuff. You get coastal movement up there. Oh. And I don't think it would actually grab, right? Because you'd have 3. Yeah, you wouldn't have 50%. So just touch the water. I don't think we're going to resolve this today in the next 20 or 30 minutes before IceMatrix needs to go, which means we'll be going to part 6. But definitely does feel like a pretty commanding position for Sabertooth, and maybe Barding will change stuff. I'm not sure. Would really like to see rally troops from Greece so that they can get some training for upgrades. This king is being tutored. Greece is behind on points, yes. The bigger problem is Sabertooth has 18 cities to Greece's 10, and those 18 cities, many of them are weak or developing, which means they will tick up in within 10 years and get him point victory. All right, it's Kush's turn, so he's now at 53 points. And yes, he has a big stockpile, but he's not burning his stockpile. You definitely want to burn your stockpile at some point. Toggle over, for some reason it didn't toggle automatically, over to Kush, and we can see here the cities until, so we're at 53 points right now. He did finish no, he's 1 turn away from the Jewish wonder, which will give him 55 points, which means he's 6 points away. And then if we look at time until, we see that there's 2 cities in 1 turn. So that will be 4 points away. And then there's a city in 4 turns, and then 2 cities in 5 turns. So turn 118, actually. So it looks like all those shrines have sped up some of this timeline. So it was 123, now it's a little faster. Because, yeah, Jewish wonder next turn, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. So we're 5 years away, turn 118, and we have point victory. So pretty much looking like it's over at this point, especially with IceMatrix pushing out and then backing up. He does have agents, at least in some places, so he will know that some of these cities are close, but he doesn't have great visibility inside, so he only has a couple agents, and he knows this city is like 4 years away, and he knows this city is 1 year away, and he knows this city is 10 years away. But then he doesn't have vision, particularly into the core or anywhere else, really. So yeah, looks like Sabertooth is going to win this one, and his reward for doing so is he will get to face Fluffy Bunny. So 76 orders to go here. He's just defending up, saying, come at me. One very minor thing that probably won't matter in this game, but it would be actually good to surround his cities so that they can't get sniped. Usually you do want the city to tank, but in a situation like this where you're trying to go for point victory, you do not want to lose the cities, and you do not care if you lose units. All right, he's upgrading to pikes there. This is a tiny, tiny wide coastal rain basin. So coastal rain basin is the largest of the maps in the pool because there's no water on it. So you'll get a lot of city sites. We have 28 city sites on this map. Continent is the smallest, and inland sea is somewhere in the middle. Inland sea and continent are closer to each other. CRB is kind of big. I think if I did the tournament over again, I would only allow dual-sized CRB because I think tiny CRB is just too big. Whereas tiny continent is like somewhere around 23 sites total, 20 sites, not 28, which makes a big difference. $32 orders to go out of the 149 that Kush gets, especially now that he's orthodoxy as well. So he can definitely burn orders, turn it into units, although his economy is not very great. So, and this order total, he still has 31 improvements under construction with his 38 workers, which I guess I can see here. And more shrines for the shrine gods for even more orders. So primarily building shrines and monasteries, which I don't know that I would be doing. I think I would be building more resource income so that I could rush things, because I feel like especially if we want to do rush, we don't have the economy to support any rushing with orthodoxy because we are broke effectively. All right, so he's going to be content to sit back, relax, and yeah. Well, you guys check here. It's 31 improvement correct construction, so he'd be like somewhere on 180 or so. So yeah, we're just waiting for a point victory here. Sorry that I'm a tired caster at this point. Not much to say as we wait for large amounts of orders to be used. No particular combat, and we have point victory in 5 years. So all right, let's see what Greece does here. As the turn updates eventually, maybe. There we go. All right. He did get that wonder, so he's at 49 points. The problem for Greece is he still has no Christianity spread, by the way. We're 12 years in, and we have had no natural Christian spread, which means there's no Manichaeism, which Greece would get, which would give them 2 points for the religious wonder, assuming they built it. That's unfortunate for them. Yeah, the problem with them, they need 12 points to go. They don't have Manichaeism, and then well, they only have 10 cities. And yeah, we're not going to get 12 points from culture here with our 10 cities. So they need to take a city in order to win the game. And given the massive order advantage that Kush has, it's going to be very hard to take a city, especially now that he has orthodoxy, so he can turn orders into units on demand. Even if by miracle Greece manages to lightning strike a city, then that just means Kush wins a turn later. They need to take really 2 cities to snowball, and then keep going. So we see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities within 5 years. And then we have 8 years for 2 more. And then another one at 10, 13, 16. So like you basically have to keep eating cities. And I honestly just don't even see how Greece can even take a single city at this point. He will have barding next turn. So maybe, let's see which side of the river is on. The city is on this side of the river. So curious to see where he goes next. We'll have a free redraw. So we could get into chain drive and get polybally. It's probably the best thing you can get for breaking cities. Just roll up polybollies up to them and let's go. He's still running colonies for reasons that I don't fully understand, even though like I would have bought these tiles and then like could also do stuff buying these tiles. I don't know. I don't know that he realizes he's yeah. I don't know that he realizes that this is, yeah. I mean, if I were Kush, I would put units on these 2 tiles, like surround all the cities so that you have to fight through crap to get to the city. Like if you want to be really cheesy, you put workers, double stack a unit and workers on every tile, and like pikes or whatever. Pikes are good because the only thing that will kill pikes is swords, I guess, or ballista. Nothing else kills pikes. So oh, we've got some very ballsy onager movement here, which I hope will be supported with more units than just, oh, we're just going in. Okay. If we're not attacking the south, I guess we're attacking the north. All right, so we're going after this city. Oh, elephant time. Okay. Panic. Okay. Are we going to see one of these guys come over? I don't know. One of these guys? I would love to see roads. This is one of the reasons I love traders, by the way. You can just road to, I think, in 1 turn with one worker. I guess we're battling in the north. Unfortunately, there's a lot of units around here, but not that many actually, right? Like he pulled a bunch south. We do have a Beja Archer chilling up here. All right, we got a longbow. Okay, we're going after that maceman. Looks like that maceman's going to go. But obviously all these units can relatively easily, I guess there's no roads. So yeah, well, city is pretty tanky though, 30 hit points. Is there a way to see full city hit points on a full health city? I don't think there is, right? Like you can't tell city hit points on a full city easily. Only once it starts taking damage. So I guess you can zoom in and do math. If there's walls, then you have that much time. All right, we're killing this poor innocent Christian disciple. No. You should be recruiting that Christian disciple and begging them to spread Christianity to somewhere so that you can get a religion. All right, so we've got a horseman going in a turn before barding. I'm not sure I love that. Would love to see, like you can upgrade to barding. Although really, we really do need rally troops here. Yeah, I mean, we can put, I mean, this is the defender's dilemma, right? You do not know where your opponent is going to attack, and they're always going to attack at the weakest spot. So it's very hard to defend everywhere. I still think that Kush can just move everything north. We can check how much training they have for force marches. They have 600 training, so they can do 6 force marches. So they have the mobility to deal with this. But nice job. We've killed a Maceman so far. And yeah, he should totally like recruit the disciple. Ideally, Zealot recruit the disciple. That would have been amazing. Just to spread it to his own city to get a religion. All right, let's see if Greece can pull it out. But of course, we're out of orders here. And I'm pretty sure the Wrath of Kush on the way back is going to be pretty rough. Yeah. Of course, one downside for Kush is he has no routing units. No routing units. Nothing to route with. But on the upside, he has 147 orders. So, why be order efficient when you have that many orders? And lots of ranged units. We've got lots of Beja archers here. Well, how many Beja archers do we have? We've got 3, which is really not that many. And a crossbow all the way over here. Can this crossbow get all the way up? Of course, the risk for Kush is if he moves everything north, then Greece will just say hello and push in here. So, yeah. Let's see what Greece does in the remaining time. Would really love to see him rally troops as well so that he can get more force marches. I don't think he's doing that right now. But yeah, he's got 147 orders at this point. He is unconstrained. My favorite part right now is he's building even more shrines because he has Heliopolis as Kush. And Solver, you're going to get a kick out of this. Take a look at this amazing Shrine of Amani, Kingship Shrine. That is 9 orders, thanks to 5 adjacent wonders. Hats off to Sabertooth for planning this out. Yeah, that's just amazing right there. Put all the wonders around that. And of course, the correct way is always put your Kingship Shrine at least so you can have 2 wonders that border the city, because generally you want wonders that border the city. Kush does have Heliopolis. Yep, we can see the glorious Heliopolis right here, which is giving him all those orders. All right, back to the action. Let's see what's going on over here. 148 orders. How will Kush use them? He's fixed his family opinion issues by going back to Zoroastrianism as a state religion. Amara is in no danger of dying. He just needs to push this back. There are a bunch of onagers, and he has no horse units. So these are very, very weak onagers. But he has no horse units to break them with. So yeah, that Kingship Shrine is definitely a highlight. Yeah, might just screenshot this because yeah. Can't post it until the game is over, but this one's for the court records. So oh, we're going to part 6, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to part 6. Much sadness. 4 points away. Those 4 points are coming in 1, 2, 3. Thought there was a 4th one here. I really wish, Solver, there was a way to sort this list by turns until level up. I don't think there is, right? I can sort by culture production rate. I can sort by culture level, but I can't sort by turns until culture level up. And I really need turns until culture level up because otherwise I have to go like 4, 4, 3, 8, 9, like 7. Oh, the other 7s. So would really love a way to sort by look at these force marches, and boom, we're just obliterating all this. We don't care. Doesn't matter if it takes double orders. We have 120 training in the bank, which is great. He also has his king coming on the throne in 2 years. Yes, control alt left pedal thumbstick. Yep, clutch, engage the clutch. Love it. Yep. I'll post the suggestions. Let me sort cities by turns until culture level up. It's easy to tell how far until point victory. Yeah, all these orders. We still got 86 orders left. How are you still moving? Yep. He's still got more orders. Doesn't even really matter that he's trading not well. Also, just the in-your-face upgrades to pikes right in front of horses. Look at what a pike does to a horse. It's just not even pretty. This is across the water, by the way. And this is just like a low. Yeah, pikes just shut down horses entirely. It's pretty brutal. Force march, why not? Let's go kill some stompy boys. Yes, 333 legitimacy is also very good. 48 of those are from Kush pyramids. Somehow only in 12 cities. Would expect that to be built in all of them. No, their opinion got fixed now that their state religion is happy, and if they actually influence this state religion guy, they would basically be friendly with two families, and then yeah. So they fixed. I mean, also just no luxuries at this point. Also, so you could send some honey to the landowners who have 6 cities. So that would fix quite a bit for missing honey. So, man, just this is brutal. I think this might be it here. 47 orders, just like obliterate the entire Greek attack. Yes, as long as they have training, they can force march everything. Once they run out of training, it starts to get a little dicey, but they have a lot of training banked. So, yep. And imagine if they had a route unit, just a single route unit, how much more order efficient that would be. But they don't. So it's not going to be very efficient for them. But it doesn't matter because ranged is amazing and there's no forests here. We still can attack more, right? These guys can still attack. Also killing these onagers. Kill the horses, kill the onagers, kill everything. Anything else we can move up? Pretty much it. Like there's nothing else more to move up. And now Greece unleashes cataphracts and takes Migrasa, right? That's the correct play, right? Like just lightning strike. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it here. The mill graph should update as well. Big power spike for Greece, but we'll see what happens in a second here. Yeah, this is just orders. Boom. Still have these 2 kinetic attack. Probably kill the horse. Yeah, I imagine the game would be different if Ice had settled 3 more cities. Sure, let him have the middle, but like take your side of the map. I think it would have been very different. Like if we're 15 to 13, that's much different than 18 to 10. It's brutal here. 9 units killed. When, you know, verse 3. Yeah, that slinger's like, I can do it. I can do it. Look at me. I can do it. I'm going to throw a rock at them. Oh, I killed them. Look at that. No one throws rocks like me. You could say I rock. All right. So we got our cool slinger. Just never had tempo to upgrade it. Or maybe it's saving for a longbow at this point. Or crossbow, honestly. I think we burned a bunch of orders for force march. Yeah, that's just absolutely brutal. You'll see that spike drop very quickly. So many units flooding the field. We are out of orders. No more orders. He's also stopped building stuff, so we're going to get even more orders here. Yeah, just brutal. I love Kush late game, especially with Heliopolis, because you are basically an unstoppable god, right? There's just so many orders. Yeah. That is a pretty resounding repulsion of the Greek attack. The city was under no risk whatsoever. And we are 4 points away from victory. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 years away or so. And looks like Ice is going to call it here. So we're going to go to part 6 to resolve this. Sadly, we are not going to get closure here, but I think the game is pretty much over at this point. I do not see a feasible way for IceMatrix to come back from this. Yeah, not having an order limit is a different game. Orders are life, as I like to say. Part of the reasons I love playing Persia as well. Assuming you can make it to late game Persia, you are also an order god, where it's just like, hello, so many orders. Kush has also really great shrines as well. I really enjoy Kush. I think I would say Kush and Assyria have the best shrine package. And Kush gets traders and landowners and hunters and artisans. And they start with div and landowners, so you can lock someone out of both religions if you really want to be mean. Which might be worth doing, assuming you can juggle 2 religions. All right, we are going to pause here. Ice says he's going to resolve events and then save on his turn. One thing I do not love is a freaking militia build here. What? Like, why are you building militia? Just council. I know you're completely broke, but just council. It's not even worth militia. And yes, the winner of this match will face Fluffy, which should be an interesting match, especially since assuming it's Sabertooth, I presume Sabertooth will choose map and obviously not choose a tiny map. It will be probably a very bloody game if he does. So, but yeah, this is pretty brutal here for our Greek friends, losing a lot of stuff. Milgrad, bloop, bloop. Still actually has a military advantage. The problem is his forces are kind of down here and then some here. And he only has 68 orders. We are going for tech points, guys. Victory point for military prestige. So this is IceMatrix. IceMatrix's plan here. Military prestige. And we are still with no Christianity on turn 115. Or sorry, yeah, no Manichaeism. 13 years of Christianity not spreading. So nice religion lock by Kush as well. I wonder actually how viable that is as a strategy. Okay, so we will save that. And all right, that ends the cast. Thanks for watching. Yeah, next one should resolve pretty quickly. And then just very quickly, point-wise, we're 4 points away for Kush. Obviously, they can take a city, which will give them a point, or they get 1, 2, 3, 4 points in 7 years. They can also do stupid tricks, like build over salt or something in a small city or something. They're building a shrine here, which will also speed up this city quite a bit. So probably less than 7 years. All right, Kush has 300 research a turn, and Greece has 400 research a turn. We can take a quick look at graphs. Science, there's a pretty big Greek lead, 4,000 extra science. Kush, thanks to getting jurisprudence, has just built a bunch of elder specialists and caught up. The orders graph is to the moon for our friends at Kush. And then the mill score graph, as we saw, just was in favor of Greece and went down. Wood income is basically even. Stone income basically even. Iron income, pretty big advantage Greece. Food income, pretty big advantage Greece. Money income, late advantage Kush here. Culture, late advantage Kush. Training, happiness, growth, yeah. National wealth in favor of Greece. Improvements 281 to 261. Kush is catching up. Military units killed 155 to 74. Units lost 32 to 41, largely off that last turn there. 77 military units produced by Greece versus only 58 by Kush. Again, hats off to IceMatrix. He's doing this all with 10 cities versus 18 from Kush. But in the end, Heliopolis and the power of infinite orders effectively makes this good. And honestly, even if you, how many shrines do we have? We can check. So we have 13, 15, 11, 16 shrines. 13 plus 15 plus 11 plus 16 plus what? 13 plus 15 plus 11 plus 16. We have 55 shrines, which gives us 55 orders, except for that also benefits from Kush being Kush. So that is an extra 82 orders from Heliopolis. I'm pretty sure to say, like, even if you made that half, it would still be really good. And the Kush order bonus does benefit from, or the Kush shrine increase bonus does benefit from Heliopolis. All right, that's it for this sesh. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll be able to cast part 6, but unless a miracle happens, I'm pretty sure Sabertooth has the game.